Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and in this video, I'm going to give you my thoughts on the new Steam Darwing game, V Rising. As you can see over there on the right side of the screen, has a massively, overwhelmingly positive review. So I did buy this and play it with a couple friends of mine. So I'm going to give you just a quick intro to what the game is and let you know if I think it is worth the $20 price tag to get in on this game that is in early access. You can see over there as well. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so like I said in the intro, the game is $20 US. It is in early access, and then you can see the general aesthetic of it. So I'll show you some of the mechanics in game, but the way it works is you are a vampire. It's kind of like Vampire Valheim, where you control a hero, and your food mechanic in V Rising, like in Minecraft, you eat food. In Valheim, you have 3 different sources of food that you eat to sustain yourself. In V Rising, you are going to feed on the blood of things that you find in the wilderness or enemies that you come across in the world, and the higher quality of blood that you feed on, you are going to get more of a buff to your character, and you can then sacrifice some of that blood to heal yourself up. It's a pretty cool spin on the food mechanic in some of these survival games and how they do it. So the first thing you'll see when you go to create your game is you're going to make a character like you do exactly the same, like a game like Valheim. But in this game, you get a lot more customization than you would in a game like Valheim. You can do different hairstyles, different body types, and all sorts of other things. You can even just kind of randomize it and keep getting a bunch of different appearances there. So I'll let you play around with that. But it is kind of cool that you can customize your character a lot more than some of these games typically let you do. And then I can walk you through the first few minutes and show you what it is going to be like if you dive into playing this game. So you'll be presented with this screen here. You press space to wake up, and it's going to then introduce you to some of the mechanics as you are kind of moving around here. And you come out of the coffin, and you're going to use WASD to move around. And you can see down here will be your different items that you equip, and then right there in the middle is the blood mechanic right here. That is your blood pool. You're going to hold shift to jump down the ledge. And, it's kind of like your typical WASD. You left click to swing your weapon, and kind of the normal controls that you're used to, but you're just going to be going straight forward and proceeding. There's like this little first area here where it wants you up on the top left to collect 30 bones. And as you get out here and start killing things, you'll be able to pick up bones, and you will also be able to find them kind of laying around on the ground. And as you run around and collect different things, it will give you an opportunity to start crafting things, and that's kind of the different mechanic that it is getting you into. So you can see when I left click on something, I'm just kind of farming it up and gathering resource. So right now the priority is going after some of those bones, and this is the first enemy you come up against. You can actually hit R to do a ranged attack that you aim, and then you click, and boom. You can wait for that to come off of cooldown, or you can just be careful and go with the left click, kind of micro back. You don't even need to get hit. And then you can see it is going to be dropping bones just like that you can pick up. And on the top left, it wants me to collect 30 of those so I can craft a bone sword. And you'll want to kind of walk around and hit random resources to get wood, plant fiber, and all sorts of different things. And then you can see you want to use your R ability on cooldown to use as a ranged attack to make things weaker as you come up to fight. And boom, you just kind of micro around. Pretty self-explanatory. Now here is a rat. You could pick this up and store it. And now if I move my camera here just like this, right there on the left side of me, you can see that rat on the, and I can make this a little bit smaller here. Now you can actually see what's going on. But now you can see that rat right next to me. I'll be able to consume that later to add to my blood pool. And you want to pick up these bones and different resources, stone, as you are kind of acquiring them really quickly here in this, kind of a tutorial phase. More bones to scoop up here, and a skeleton to fight. We wanted to use our ranged ability, take things down. More bones. Another one here, track our cooldown to 1. Ranged ability is back up. And boom, yeah, you can see as long as you fight, carefully, it's not too bad in terms of staying alive here in the tutorial. You just burst stuff down, and now you can see I have collected 30 bones, and I'll show you how the crafting mechanic works. You click on claim right there. It's going to unlock that, and now we have to go into our inventory to craft a bone sword. You hit tab to pull that up. You go over to crafting, and we click on the bone sword, and now it is going to be doing that. So now we can equip a weapon right here on our hotbar next to the rat. And you can't actually feed on skeletons, but hopefully I'll be able to show you how that mechanic works once you are able to go ahead and feed on something that actually has blood. So let's keep progressing here. More rats, build the stuff. Our bone sword helps a lot with that. Pick that up. And that'll make it so you can kind of sustain yourself. If you can see my blood pool is slowly draining over time, and if I use it to heal, it's gonna drain even faster. Kind of micro these here. Could have used my my ranged attack there to kill him a little bit faster. And you also want to take note that your dash or movement ability is the spacebar. Boom, to what you kind of dash forward there. We kind of loop around, go up the stairs, and keep working our way towards the end of the tutorial area. Scoop up all those bones and just kind of random resources that we're going to want along the way. The rats are nice in case your blood pool ever gets low as well. And eventually you'll see that you unlock more stuff up there on the top left. You click claim, and this will be a common theme as you're progressing in the game. You'll complete those objectives. You'll keep doing things as it walks you through kind of learning, and then you keep just kind of doing what it says. But eventually you'll get to this gate here, and this is kind of the end of the tutorial cemetery area that you see me in right there. So you just enter there, and then this map is kind of like the start of the game. Where you'll enter, you can go west or east, doesn't really matter, and then that'll be the end of the tutorial where it's kind of showing you the mechanics. And then right here, you are in the live world where you can hit M to bring up the map and kind of slowly progress up north. So we'll head forward, and hopefully I can kill something and show you how the blood mechanic works here really quick. So we're just going to push forward and keep gathering resources and focus on the different things up there on the top left. It wants me to craft a bone ring, so I would go ahead and do that. Left click to start that, and then I will have a ring. And as you're pushing forward and encountering enemies and feeding on them, you would keep crafting yourself more and more gear and hitting some of those objectives. So claim that. And now to pull up new ones. Oh, and here's a deer. I'm not going to really be able to catch that right now. Let me fight something I can fight with my sword here. Keep pushing up. And you also need to hurry because during the daytime, you will die to the sun. So you need to watch out for that. Like at night, I can get around freely. Here's a wolf. I can show you how the feeding mechanic works. So what you want to do is get it to low health. And right there, you see I can feed. And I hit F to feed. And now I am going to be consuming its blood. And boom. Now you can see my blood pool fills up, but that was a very low quality blood that I consumed. So you can see my blood quality is only 1%. As you fight tougher creatures, or there's a little bit of RNG in it, they can usually have a little bit of a range that you can encounter when you're acquiring different enemies. But you want to make sure that blood stays decently full, because you can see my HP at 117 out of 125. I can actually heal by using some of the blood. And here is another wolf. Now this has 11% blood. I can see it up top. See there, it's telling me 11. So I would definitely want to consume that. Anytime you can increase the quality of your blood. This time I'm going from 1 to 11, and boom, you just kind of want to slowly work on that. Like if you feast on something that has 90% blood, that would be amazing, because you get a lot better effects from the quality of the blood you're consuming. And I'm going to let this wolf damage me a little bit so I can show you how the healing works. Okay, so hit me a little bit. There you go. And I'm full on blood, and that's a downgrade on my blood quality from 11 to 8, so I wouldn't take it. Now, I can hold left control to pull up a little panel, and I can use some of my blood to heal. So you'll see I'm down at 68, but I select that, and now my blood pool will decrease. You can see it going down, but my health will increase. So you can sacrifice some of that blood to go ahead and heal yourself back up to full health, but then you'll just have to keep in mind that your blood pool is going to start draining even faster, and you're going to have to find other sources to keep it full. You can also hold a right click to change the orientation of the camera and just kind of push forward, going along up north here on the road, and keep gathering resources as you can, because eventually you're going to have to build a base and do a bunch of different objectives around that. And you'll keep focusing on the top left stuff in terms of crafting. These are a rogue, 9% blood and 2%. I can see it up top. So I wouldn't want the blood on either one of those. Use my spell. I can close the distance with spacebar. Take them down. Now they are hitting me decently hard because I'm not wearing any gear. I would definitely want to craft that, but I'm not worried because I can go ahead and feed on the blood and just keep using the blood mend to heal myself back up to health, as long as you're out fighting and being diligent about that. but I would definitely want to go in here and craft this stuff and get it on my character here, so I've got a lot more health and can survive out here in the wilderness a lot better. So as you kind of acquire resources, you'll want to hit tab, go to the crafting tab, and focus on those objectives up in the top left, because it'll slowly make you more and more stronger. And the last one is finishing up right there. And boom, we just crafted everything that it wanted me to craft. So now I've got another reward right there where it wants me to chop down trees to continue progressing with that mechanic. But the last thing I want to show you before I give you my final verdict on the game is the daytime mechanic. You can see up in the top middle of the screen, I have got that that kind of blue and yellow bar that signifies the rotation of day and night. And right now we're just a little bit away, probably about 2 minutes away from it hitting daytime. So I'm going to show you how that mechanic works real quick. Oh, and boom, I found a creature with 45 on the blood pool. So I would definitely take that and get much better blood. Then I would need to back off and heal a little bit because it took some damage to get that 45% blood. You can see how much different it looks on the blood pool. And look at the sun coming in to kill me. You see that? So let's heal up. But look how much clearer that blood is because it's a much higher quality on the 45% there. And I'm getting hit. So let's stay out of the sun and get to a point where we can heal up here. You got to stay in the shade when it's daylight. Let's get behind this and then use our blood to heal back up. And this was the last thing I wanted to show you was the effect of the sun on me. So as soon as I come out here into the light, you'll see it start beating down on me, and you've got to hurry up and get behind shade or it will absolutely demolish you. The sun is no joke. It'll start to kind of warn you, and then if you're out in the sun too long, it will take you down. You get a little bit of time. As you can see there, I got in just in time. I wouldn't want to feed on that. I want to keep my my better blood here, and that was real close. Take that down, get back in the shade. So you got to kind of bounce in and out. Like maybe go mine something or go fight something and then get back in the shade. So all in all, I think it's a really cool game. I'd give it like a 8.5 out of 10. I think for $20 and being early access, it definitely has a lot of potential. I really enjoy the blood mechanic and the constant search for finding better and better blood to satiate your needs as a vampire and keep moving. And eventually you build bases and you get better and better gear and you keep progressing through the game. But yeah, I think it's something I would recommend for people to try out. I think it's a little bit better of a game if you've got friends to play with and stuff like that. But it can be enjoyed solo as well. So that's kind of my final verdict on it. I think it's well done, and I'm excited to see what kind of game this ends up looking like over the course of time when maybe they get done with early access and it becomes a full version and everything like that. So hopefully this was a little bit of a quick showcase to help you decide if this game's worth trying out for you or not. And let me know what you think down below. I always enjoy hearing your opinions as well. So that'll do it for me on this one. As always, thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.